Commence combat preparations.
Alright. I'm just doing a little replay review for what went on, and what I think could be better, etc., etc., etc.
The
Let's fast
battle
forward.
begins in. Let the battle begin.
Middle, we're just looking for Sylvanas. We find her, they're not chasing. Okay. Brawling made a bit. Getting a little bit of stacks. Nothing crazy. We're rotating to lanes. We already had Hogger bot, so we have the advantage here. Stun, root, massive white main heals. So good CC chain on their part, good healing on ours. And I'm going camp. So they were already on camp, but you know, its work on this camp is not great. He's better at bigger numbers of lower hit point things. So they were a little bit ahead of us, but I think we finished basically at the same time. And we're ahead on the rotation, so far so good. I like it. Complaining about anything now would be very trivial and, there's a word, nitpicky, so no big deal. Just clearing the waves super fast, getting out of there. Taking our camp, but not camping it yet. Meanwhile, okay, this is
Team claim
first
we've
problem.
redesigned our Triglav protectors for
probably
combat
2%.
in the Nexus.
Let's go back 10 seconds. Okay, we're taking camp. And they're going. So it's just some sort of a miscommunication. And then they're really good, the CC.
The team claims we've redesigned our Triglav protectors for combat in the
And,
Nexus.
I mean, they saw me get caught by that
Prepare to
earlier.
begin field
And White Mane was
testing.
there to save him. Save me, sorry. White Mane was not here this time. Which I could have taken the camp by myself. White Mane didn't really need to be there. But if we're taking camp and we're split, this fight was weird. So I was clearing this. We came from the bottom, so we were already split. But it should have gone on the point, so good. So come in. I stepped too far. I didn't need to go up there. I just wanted to get more
Triglav
stacks.
terminal
And it ended up
online.
with me getting
Take
stunned here.
control of it to pilot the map.
And then here, so this is nitpicky and small, but Chauncey's draining me, and I wanted to get out of that so my shield started generating. And Yatre over here slams in closer to me, so I have to walk even farther. Not really, he's not, clearly not thinking about that when he's doing it. But other than that, I mean, we got on the point. We didn't chase through up there, which is good. We don't have 7s yet, so I'm not getting reset. So yeah, we got the kill, got the point. Didn't die. Call that a win. Clear the waves. Here I go bottom because. Oh, Hogger's up top. I'm trying to push top. Someone needs to soak that, or else we start losing everything. So I think Hogger probably should have gone back to his lane after that fight. But I mean, Phoenix soaks really well, so it's not a big deal. Here, I want to get the next wave, and apparently we're fighting. Just a little bit of poke, it's not a big deal. But now I'm here. And it's good we didn't really engage really hard till I got there, so I like that. The peel from Sojourn is pretty good. They don't die, but we get the point and we get the objective. Okay, this is the first like big mistake I think. Nobody got in this. It doesn't matter who it is. It could be the healer, it could be Mephisto, it could be me. I went bottom. I mean, Hogger was about to, so I kind of took his. I went first. Probably my fault. I should have gone here. Hogger should have been bottom. I could have been in there. So I'm not saying it's, you know, just. But here, since I wasn't there, I'm trying to keep these ones busy so that they can't come and defend. But we're fighting the wave while he's taking 3 heroes hits and tower shots. And one of those heroes is Leoric, who is draining for percent damage. So it just dies super
Protector
fast.
terminated. I must say,
Should have gone
our
together,
engineers have
maybe
made good
pushed
progress
Chauncey
with
back
them.
somehow, or made him pay for it. But any percent damage, so Malthael, Leoric, Tychus shreds those objectives that heroes actually get into because they count as heroes. And armor wouldn't help with that, but against the towers and the other heroes, having a gunner gives it the armor, so it lives longer, and you actually have someone with the gunner who does a bunch of damage. Anyway, they have caught up in experience a fair amount from what they were before. They again take their camp super early. I mean, the next objective is top, so the camp doesn't really matter. You usually both up here and it gets cleared anyway, but it takes them 3 to do what Hogger does. Hogger things. Good, good, good. Just clearing waves. Crazy, crazy. Taking our camp again. This for the top objective, just take it as soon as you can. We have minions on it, and then our camp comes like that's going to clear itself. So we can devote 5. I obviously would focus on the wave, but Joe is entombed. I was waiting for a laser anyway. Not a big combo like we would hope, but nobody actually dies. We end up taking advantage, kill the Leor. It works out. And just a note to my team, I like to start those big fights far back, so I can start with a laser and come in and clean up. The laser does damage, my warp resets, kill people, and get more resets. So even if I'm not there, that's usually intentional. Hopefully I'm nearby. And if I can clear a wave while I'm waiting for a Blessed Shield or something, I will. And that's like, you know, minor thing to get a little bit more experience. Their positioning in like bushes and stuff forward has been pretty good, especially like I know we were talking about the tank before,
an access terminal.
He likes to be a ward and scout, and like Hippo is doing it here. They know where we are. They know where we're going. We could do more of that. It is a little bit passive and patient, hoping that we go out of position, and it means that they're not soaking, and we get some, you know, tower damage up here and stuff like that. They didn't actually get anything from it, but they could have, and a kill would have been way more than anything that they just lost.
It's time, heroes. Control the terminal and bring in the protector.
Here, yeah, terminal's up, getting the experience. They're rotating as 5. We are now split. So, you know, if he gusted me into like an entomb or something, that could have been bad. But they weren't all there, and I just warped out really early because, yeah, we weren't there. And I mean, that's good. We don't want to be there. We got 13s. Now we're getting our turret. We're on point. This is everything we want. So we're playing just perfect. I'm trying to protect the wall here by taking shield damage. Joe's on point, but nobody's even close to her, so, you know, if they show up, Joe just iron skins out, assuming she didn't get entombed. Hogger took a long time on that camp. I guess the spin didn't work. Anyway, camps, yada yada yada. And now we're waiting for Hogger to come back. But he's not here yet. So honest wasn't, but we didn't know that. Now we have a camp to clear. We have lots of time to do it, so we don't need to engage. We finish this off. We don't take any extra damage we don't need to. We're level ahead. We look for the engage we want. We have turrets. So they have 2 turrets too, actually. There's lots of turrets. Yeah, so we play it patient. I like it. Hogger doesn't go in. We're looking for... There we go. Blessed Shield. There's everything. That's the combo we want.
Hero slain.
I remember Dreadmore had some trouble with the turrets and things. He swapped tools and things. But yeah, that was perfect. Here, I think we're staying too long, and we get gusted. Drops a healing beacon, that's good. Works out, but I mean, we only had a few percent to go. We could have just waited for this thingy protector. This time I do get in, because I realized there was a problem the first time.
Blue team has taken control of a protector.
I think I messed up that. Anyway, doesn't matter. Yeah, we're sieging in, using the abilities, killing the minions, getting the fort. Leo is not here, so we're not taking percent damage. And it's only 10 armor, but you know,
Red team has
10% more
destroyed
left,
the
right?
fort.
Yeah, without the tank to like engage or CC, we can't really fight around it very much. This is kind of bad. Actually, let's go back a few seconds. So me and the tank are both in the protector. Protector's just walking back. These guys, Bacon and QD, are walking back. They have no reason to come down here. And the whole team is right here, right? So QD gets entombed. He can trade out. It's okay. Dodges things. I go forward, trying to help you, which is kind of dumb because he's walking, and gets me cocooned. And then after the cocoon, like I want to warp, but I was expecting the noob first. If I had immediately warped, it would have been fine, actually. But I was trying to wait it out, and then I got double
I did
stunned
not
after.
expect the protector to be destroyed like
And
that.
I don't know. Is there any way that anyone else could have saved me there? I don't think so. Like, okay.
Hero
Right.
slain.
Okay, so this happens, this happens, this happens. Yeah. So here, I'm entombed. There's 5 of them and 3 of you. Hogger's nowhere to be found. Dreadmoth's low. He has Iron Skin, but like, that's not gonna last. Bacon's got heals, but he can't target me yet. There is an ult available, but... Oh, if she had... I don't know.
Hero slain.
If she had walked right into the enemy team, maybe could have got like put a Q on me and ulted.
Strange. I did not
was
expect the protector to be
not likely to
destroyed
get out
like
there.
that.
Yeah, just the not safe rotation down here, and then me coming to like help from the back alone without warping in, so I didn't have my. Actually, it wouldn't have mattered. It was good sense. Yeah, they have a CC chain out. It's just we were just dangerous. Anyway. Camp, spec clearing, yada yada yada, more talents. You guys get the turret, you see them. I'm taking a camp. No engage, good. Holding the camp for later. I'm just checking vision to be like, oh, nobody steal my camp. They're showing bottom, we on here. Leo is like, right after we could kill him, but I mean he does have the extra long shade, so it's really
Hero
hard to kill him.
slain.
Hogger dies. Alright. So what does Hogger see actually? He sees Falstad, he comes out real far, rotates. Oh, he goes right into them. Alright, well, he
I'm
killed himself.
sorry. You've been taken down.
Is that a D.Va announcer? Oof. Alright, so that's a Hogger mistake. Oh, my warp glitch is on. Yeah, we come down kind of forward. Cocoon is used, but so is Blessed Shield. I throw a laser just to like try
Hero
and
slain.
keep them off of you, which ends up hitting the noob right when it's done. Works out. So it was a good counter engage. We almost lost the fort, which will cause the fort to be lost later, but whatever. And then here, okay, what's going on here? 9. Okay, so we don't see them. So what I see is I see Sylvanas, and I'm like, we can kill a Sylvanas. And because I'm fixated, I'm looking over here. I actually don't even see the Falstad because I'm not paying that much attention. So I didn't see the Falstad on Bacon, and I'm like, okay, me and Bacon, we
A
kill the
protector
Sylvanas.
is almost ready. Access its
And then I get my
terminal
control,
when I
which
bring
sucks,
it
but I have my
online.
armor. And Bacon gives me a heal, and I warp kind of the wrong direction to get the Falstad kill. Although we would have got it if not the end. So that was, you know, us using our warp abilities to get a kill. We were playing dangerous, but so were they, and in small numbers, Phoenix always wins.
Power routed to the terminal. Control it and you can pilot the protector.
Let our enemies
And we
tremble
take
before us.
just dismounting. We're almost 20s. We're on the point. We're soaking 20s. Harder. Unfortunately, ults to get away, but he does get away. If that had landed, that would have been awesome. But I mean, it's just a... What's the word? Attempt. Throwing it out there, hoping for the best. If we lose it, no big deal. It's a short-ish cooldown. And I was just chasing in, hoping to maybe slow the Anduin down. Here... Okay. What does Joe see as we come in here? So we're not yet 20s. So Joe is standing right in the middle. We don't see them at all. Okay, we see him coming in. Joe okay, now Joe definitely knows she has to escape. Uses the unstoppable on the conveyor belt, but gets entombed.
Your
Plus
flowers shall
good,
bloom again.
but not good enough. And so I think should have left a little bit earlier until we got 20s.
You've lost
like,
a fort, heroes. Choose a talent.
yeah. And it's not like getting here would have saved you because the fort just died. So that's an unfortunate little death just as we get 20s, so we can't really engage unless they're split. We don't see anyone with a Falstad. Okay, there's a noob. There is again. But I can see people on the map, so I know I can poke him. If he stays, I can kill him. Unless he wastes a cocoon. Okay, they're all there, except Falstad. So we see Falstad's gone. The call is to get Yatri on the point. He misses his mount, that's why. That's annoying. If you do the shift mount thing, it would have worked. And then he gets mind control.
You're about to see the protector's power up close.
I am
Be ready
standing
for it.
really far
Good.
back. I don't
More
know how you have to kill
fertilizer.
without him. But now I come in and that's just so much damage.
I see you have some thought. Double kill.
And they don't have a tank to peel. They have like no CC except for root. I don't know how Chauncey gets in there. Anyway, good kills. We all know how this goes.
The protector.
I warp in, get some more stacks, get some big damage, push them back. He does stun me just under power, but after that, fine. And, you know, all I lost was my shields.
And keep as far.
I'm cocoon, and then move a mind control.
That seemed personal.
And I warp kind of into the gust, which is annoying. Like, kind of.
You have fallen,
I could have
hero.
left there. But again, we should have been fine here. Could have killed the Sylvanas, except mind control on a 15-second cooldown is insane and stupid. And now I can't see anything, and now I'm dead. So, yeah, just a little bit of unfortunate them respawning and right, inopportune time, using abilities exactly at the inopportune times. We do get the keep. But anyway, at this point, Hogger taking the camp. This camp is fine, but you can see Falstad, and you know what just happened. Your team is dead. There's 4 of them alive. After this, you need to be here. And you stand behind the wall, you throw out dynamites, it slows them down, pushes them back a little, makes them take longer to get to our fort. Because at the moment, they have black arrows, they have beetles, And you were going to go take this camp. Like like you're hearthing now, but you walked over here. You should have been like immediately coming like down this way. Because they take out this tower. You could be here throwing dynamite at them, and they have to like dodge or stand in it, right? And even that makes the movement speed slow. They're not even bothering with this tower. They're walking right past it and coming here. And yes, they could put the black arrows on that and fight you regardless, but then Sylvanas at least would still be hitting this. You could be chucking dynamite. You could maybe knock someone into a wall. Throw an ult out, stop Sylvanas from putting the black arrows on, get a little bit of damage, whatever. Just slowing them down. Here, I think you stood a little bit too far back. If you had been more forward, you could have got some. But because you weren't here, not only are they taking this down, not only do they have beetles to tank and everything like that, they are positioned right up front because there's nothing to be afraid of. You could have been over here and prevented them from coming up this way. Sorry, I don't know if you can see my mouse. You could have been over here, preventing them from coming up this way. Instead, you're up here, and they are right here. So as soon as this goes, fort goes down, they're like closer to the core. That's 2 more seconds of damage on it, right? Now, I will say, this part is fucking awesome. You dodge the gust there, and then the no control dodges everything else. And they take so much damage so fast. And then we respawn, and
Such weak flesh. Better to be rid of it.
unfortunately the Durance missed, but it would have only hit Chauncey anyway, which he does.
Double kill.
I really wanted to chase them down, but I mean you just got too far, and I got this moved
A
on by
new
something.
terminal.
But they only have 2 dead. We play safe.
Access terminal online. Red team has destroyed the fort.
Get a few camps, get some tools. Here, okay, I will talk about this for a second. You know, I will say I am super hyper aggressive. So actually, let's look at my vision. We don't see them at all. Hogger's taking camp. We're going out to help them. We know that they take a camp, so they're probably together. They're probably just like right in this area. We get that. I see Leoric. I see Falstad. I saw a noob. They're kind of split. If I warp in, I have tons of armor. I'm like super tanky. Joe is super far from us. I'm not quite sure why. But my thoughts are, I can start an engage being super tanky, and Joe can come in and Blessed Shield, and you know we can combo them. Because if I go in, they're gonna focus on me. They're standing still. Joe has a perfect target. Mephisto has a perfect target. We surround them. We have a concave. We destroy them. So I go in and immediately get stunned and silent. The silence prevents me from using the turret too, which is annoying. I take everything, which is what I expected. But I can't see anymore because vision's dumb. I get mind controlled, which is broken. As I said, Dreadmaw, not even close. So that's kind of an issue. I didn't look to see where he was, but I expected him to be closer.
Slain.
So I'm definitely, you know, to quote, oh shoot, what's his name? The guy who plays Tracer all the time. I'm trolling. And I die for it, obviously. And we get gusted, but that's, you know, no one's there. So they're not using it all perfectly. Like, they're not capitalizing on it. And that room, he's in a safest place, and he's with his Toby. He got mind controlled, but no, he did get
Hero slain.
but the no control is pretty good.
Hero slain.
Hit Sylvanas just as she warps away. I feel like Chauncey should have died again, but he does have the damage reduction. So. We turned that into a 2v1. Not great, but it could be worse. Still have 3 to defend. So that wasn't fantastic, but They're staying way too long. But we're playing safe because they have all the broken level 20s. Mind control. Well, somewhat safe, I just go right in. Even if they landed out into the unstoppable would let me warp out. But yeah, we want to dodge the cocoons, well, at least from my point of view. I don't want to get hit by a cocoon. If I warp in and a cocoon hits me, I don't have my armor, I don't have my warp, I'm just toast. So we're looking for engages like that, which is awesome. This, however, I will point out. Okay. Blessed Shield goes out. I want to get this as close as possible. My ult immediately goes. The Durance goes. Unstoppable for the Falstad, but he's already dead. So the Durance hits Sylvanas. Sylvanas is rooted. This root. Oh, never mind. I didn't realize you don't mimic. I thought the root silenced. So she just unstoppables out of it. I thought she unstoppable out of the silence. My bad. She did not. But if you had gone silence, that would have been. Still, she goes down.
Hero slain.
Oh yeah, and then the no control goes right through the wall because reasons.
Hero
I'm looking
slain.
forward on you guys. We did get the wall down, but not nearly
Blue
fast
team
enough.
has taken control of a protector.
So yeah, Hogger dying was not his fault. Kind of unfortunate. Kind of funny. But we have camps pushing. We have 4 alive. They have 3. We could have kept pushing, but the protector's out. I'm looking for a flank or something. If they engage, they're not. Yeah, and it stuns me out, but who cares? There's no follow-up.
Red team has destroyed the fort.
They are already spawned, so it's like I could go in, but Cocoon's still up. As long as that's up, I don't want to warp in, and we don't have anything set up. I don't have my laser, so yeah, we just, you know, kill time. There's not too much to do. They're playing so passive, and with the Cocoon, like it's hard to engage without like a Blessed Shield. So we wait for a Blessed Shield, and there it is. And my favorite part about this is you took Radiating Faith, so he couldn't. Anduin over here could not pull because he was stunned.
Hero slain.
It was perfect. At least I assume it's Radiating Faith, yeah, because I
So
didn't actually look at
that
the
is
talent,
the
but I saw it.
extent of the protector's power. Impressive.
And for some
Red
reason, I
team
take
has
that. I mean,
destroyed the fort.
but then we back up, and I don't really agree with this. I think we could be poking and pushing because I do a shitload of damage, but I can't go first, so I just need Dreadmaw to be in front of us. Taking the camp is fine, but after that, I'd like to walk over here and kill Sylvanas or something. And there's Dreadmaw. See, as long as Dreadmaw's in front of me, I can just, you know, do all this damage to anyone, really.
Blue team's core is under attack.
I made myself a massive glass cannon over here. Durance lands. There's the silence, I go behind it. Cocoon on somebody else, now I feel it's very safe. I can just go in,
Hero slain.
but we kill them before I
Hero
get my
slain.
sword off. Oh, I was gonna say I don't know what stunned me. I think it was the hand, but I got gusted, so I didn't. We got pushed back.
Blue team's core is under
And
attack.
that cancels.
Hero slain.
We got catapults on core, yada yada yada, game over. Yeah, just a few sloppy things that happened. Obviously, me being hyper aggressive into cocoons and things, but against a more coordinated team, we would have lost that game without being more careful. Of course, hopefully I would think that with a more coordinated team we'd focus more, but some of our positioning, some of our map awareness, some of our crisis management, like me having to yell at Hogger to go back and defend the core, are things we should be working on there. I'm just going to leave this going while I go to the NGS website, which I haven't been to for a long time, and see if I can find the replay from the first game. Oh, I don't even remember where stuff is anymore. Towers of Doom. Okay. Let's close out of this. And then open the Towers of Doom. But just as a general rule, I prefer my tank to be in front and more aggressive, as long as he has hit points to let me be more aggressive, because I like to hit stuff, and I like to stack, and I don't mind dying, obviously. There we go. Waiting. There we go. Alright, so I wasn't in this game, so it's a lot easier to criticize.
Prepare yourself for battle, heroes.
Alright, so we
The
have
battle
Sylvanas.
begins in
Chat.
1.
Wait, jeez. With Sylvanas and a noob, actually. It's the hyper first Genji zoning, I don't mind it. Slows them down, dismounts them so we can see them coming and Genji can escape. Typically I'd say a tank should do that, but with Dreadmar on the towers and Genji having the escape that he does, I like it. And yeah, that was just a great choice. Got a tower for nothing. In 20 seconds you could probably do that somewhere else, but choosing Sylvanas all game, it's kind of dirty. Alright, so we're soaking Splee before in the bot, which will get us better soak in the other lanes and a better push there, but it sacrifices spot. But we do have Beetles, Dreadmaw using ability, there you go. As long as minions target beetles, they don't target structures, and they're not doing triple damage. So, yeah, keeping them near our forts is fine. Sylvanas took a long time to clear that wave and come down. But we do have the experience advantage and the push advantage, and our Dehaka is closer. So it works out. Dreadmaw taking a lot of damage. But the silence is good.
Red team draws first blood.
Got a kill. And yeah, here the one thing I would say is they can see Dreadmaw hearthing, and so they were coming down, they could choose to engage. Whereas if he was in the bush not hearthing, or hearthed completely, they wouldn't have seen that. They would assume that he was still there and not engage. So they didn't engage anyway. It didn't matter. But hearthing in vision, I would only do if I'm trying to, like, you know, show off and be mean, like it's like BM, or like you can't touch me, I dare you kind of thing, and he did not have any points for that. This part, however, he walks behind them through this choke point. There's the 40 armor. There's the polymorph, just as the 40 armor wears off. And then it's everyone's on him. He's taking magic missiles. He's taking Vala. And he's stunned. And yeah, polymorph is broken. But I think any healer's CC would have landed with you stuck in this corner.
Hero slain.
Should have come through the open area a bit. And, yeah.
The altars will rise shortly, heroes. Be ready. You must capture them quickly.
Yeah, a bit late on killing the minions. You don't even need to use black arrows on them. You just need to be in their range and walk around them, and they will stop and try to hit you and never hit a tower. Once they get close enough, it's too late. So we could have saved that tower too, just by like, it was 3v3, just surviving. And the only thing to kill them, just not die.
Go forth and claim the altars in my
Good
name.
stun on Vala.
The Raven Lord
But,
demands it.
DPS follow-up isn't there.
Raven Lord will
Stukov was
not
channeling,
keep
probably
me
could have
from
silenced
this
the traitor.
realm.
But I'd rather get
Bluster.
an altar than a
And for
kill.
what?
And you get 2 altars. So, call out a win, 1 kill each, 1 camp invade each. The
Enough
camps
of this
are the wrong
charade.
colors.
Bring down the
But,
Gravekeeper's
So
core.
far, so good.
Yeah.
One thing here is if you want to stun the Vala, she can see you. And you're a long ways away, she can vault out of anything you do. So you want to come from down here or up here, and just out of vision if you're trying to get this Vala stun. You do stun the Joe, which is nice, but yeah, it's just she's slippery, and so I like that you're in front and tanking and like being a barrier they can't walk through, but I also like being in the bushes to stop them or attack them, like engage that way. Someone like you can probably land the Brightwing until she gets blink heal by doing that right in front of her, but not the Vala and not the Ming because of the teleport. It's the same thing. Alright. Double soaking's happening. Crossing waves, not really touching each other. Looking for
You'd better hurry. The altars rise again.
the invade, but not committing fast enough. Top altars looking to trade. Just siege bottom. I mean, if you're doing bottom, I don't know why you're here. If you're going to take your camp, you want to clear their pumpkins first. Otherwise, they get full value, and then they get to clear yours. You're splitting up to get soak, but you see them all down here, so now you split. I don't agree with this.
Be swift, heroes.
Yeah, how pumpkins
Do
go.
not
and-
let the Gravekeeper's
value, and
crones
now
reach
they're
the
on their
altars
camp.
before you.
And no one's contesting this, so they get the altar, they get the pumpkins in, they get the camp, and you've just given up everything
Have
by
done well,
walking away from it.
heroes. Let the Gravekeeper know my power.
That just seems silly. I mean,
Show
one
the
person
Raven
maybe could
Lord
have gotten
the
that vote,
extent
but
of
it really
my
wasn't
power.
worth everything else they got.
Your failure will soon be complete, usurper.
Black arrows didn't quite stop pumpkins. Ooh, dodge West Shield. Dodge Brand of Vengeance. Genji is the 3-2. And now this would be a perfect time to engage if you had your 10s because they're down ults, but you don't quite have them yet. So I'm not going to talk about the offlane very much, but Dahaka's got to step it up.
Such a feeble moment.
And I think it's also the camp experience that's doing it. Anyway, 10s are here. They're all still down. That engage not likely to happen, but Dahaka punch in the flank. Teleports. Ming and Brightwing both have teleports, and Vala has a dash, so you gotta be more sneaky
The
or
altars are
predictive with your
rising,
tele.
heroes. Do get ready.
But it still would have been a 5v4, you still could have pushed for something. But that was a good engage. And you did push and got something. You got one kill. Go back and get the altars. Like, you do not need to push this wall. Like, I would, if I was in this game, I would have left a long time ago. I guess the altar hadn't spawned yet, but I would have been there at
Lay
this spawn.
claim to the altars. Do not disappoint me.
Because
Let the assault
Leoric
begin.
just got here. If you'd been channeling from the beginning, you would have gotten it already. Now you have to fight over it. It is 5v4 until Vala gets here, so you have an advantage. You probably get polymorphed. Because polymorph is a wonderful skill shot. So hard to play. Vala is split off, but you're not engaging on her, so you can't take advantage of that. That's usually just getting it to poke for free.
Hero slain.
Fortunately, you killed the Joe instead. And now you get the other altar.
Our towers assail the Raven Lord.
They are being hyper aggressive. The Ming and the Vala, you could have been dogged on and killed. Why do I have... Jesus. The altar has 500,000 hit points. Who knew? Get rid of that. I didn't even know you could click on it. So yeah, I mean, you took the camp, looking for it for free. You could go on the other camp, that's fine. You're denying the camp and getting experience, I don't mind it. Jamal was getting the actual experience in lane. And now you have a camp pushing that you can do whatever you want with. But you, yeah, you hard. I mean, pushing with a camp probably wouldn't have gotten too much anyway, so I don't mind it. Camps don't do terribly much. It's just a little bit of free damage. I mean, if it's landing on a tower, it hits the walls around it and the gate. If it's landing on a fort, it's just the fort, and that's not that interesting. Oh, Joe got herself
Once more,
separated.
the altars rise from the
Joe would be the
depths.
target. Iron Skin is down. And I don't know how that Blessed Shield didn't land, but Tongue did. That was very late, actually. But it was a good engage, good fight overall. Joe is all you really need. And that altar should be yours. They do have some poke, but you just position out here, and they have to be over here, and no one's ever interrupting this.
The time is now, heroes. Claim the
Until we got
altars.
Silver, but he's got big arms.
Fire the towers. Destroy the Raven Lord.
And yeah, easy champ. So you're taking fights and getting kills right before altars basically every time, which I think is great. Here, oh, it's Genji. I guess I don't know why he's there, but I thought it was a tank. Actually, if it was a tank, that wouldn't be so bad either, because you go over this wall, get the Vala, and Genji comes in. Decent chance of a kill. Walking out of the bush, I would just burrow charge out of the bush. But that's a lot of damage.
Hero slain.
I mean, they're taking a lot of damage too. That's why Dahak is coming in, but he's a bit late. Gets polymorphed. Uses the broken knockback that isn't quite a knockback, but actually a stun talent. Then leaves. I think he could have maybe gone for a tongue, but if you're gonna burrow in, commit to the bit. Because the Leoric wasn't even close, so he still would have been a 4v4. And Dahaka's, he's tanky enough to be a tank in a pinch. But now, yeah, you have no tank. Just dismount them, slow them down.
Prepare yourselves, heroes. The altars
You're playing
rise.
appropriately safe until your tank arrives. I mean, maybe Genji gets on the point, but if he deflects, he gets polymorphed and dies, so yeah, I wouldn't have gone for it. But here, like, yeah, you can just stand there and they don't do anything. Letting this guy come in is was unnecessary. But who cares? A little bit of damage. These ones, if he'd walked up here, they never are going in.
The altars have
Black
risen.
arrows and silence also
Activate
works.
them now.
Tops are trading, that's perfectly fine.
Doom to the Gravekeeper.
Dreadmaw going in for the interrupt.
This
just gets
realm will be
polymorphed
mine,
damage.
and mine alone.
Doc is a little bit too slow. Doc could have tongued the Bray with it.
Hero slain.
I feel like the interrupt could have been
Raven Lord will fall.
rotten without dying.
Hero slain.
Let's go back and look at it again. Further. Too far.
The altars have risen. Activate them now.
So Dreadmaw is at half health. He's recovering a bit. But if you burrow charge in, you get there for sure. But then you have the Ming and you're far ahead of your team. Who's up here? Silver and Cutie are both there. Your damage and healer are there. It is a 4v4. Dehaka is going to be closer because he's got burrow. But instead you walk in, you get stunned, you take all that magic damage from Ming before you even get there, and then your armor comes up. If you had burrow charged in, you would have not taken that. You'd have half your health. And then you burrow charge out,
This
and it's
realm will be
still not enough to stop the Vala. If you had burrow charged in, Dehaka would have burrowed in time. This fight would have still be going.
Hero slain.
The Ming kill is good.
The Raven Lord
The
will
isolation
fall.
is good.
Hero slain.
As is the
I am
follow-up.
Lord.
So when you get the trade, but you don't
and
get
it
the tower.
will
Which
not be
if you had stopped that, like any ability touching it
Hero
would have stopped the
slain.
channeling. And then you
The
get those 3
altar
kills,
is ours.
4 kills even.
Fire
You have
upon the
power.
Gravekeeper.
But I mean, you get bottom,
Red team
you
has
get
destroyed the
kills.
fort.
You can do whatever you want. They were really afraid of a walk through their point of view.
The
They'll be taking
Gravekeeper.
the boss right now. But I mean, this is way better than the boss. If you get it. Defending this is also good. That was a good double stun. Follow up. I almost can't believe you killed the Joe. That with the Brightwing, that was super risky. I get what you're going for, but it's funny. And then here you do well. You take the camp where you're defending,
Take the altars
and the tower
put an-
spawns. You kind of get everything.
Let the assault begin.
That time the polymorph doesn't come through. You need 7 shots. Do not. Okay, here I think you should be positioned more right up here, because if you make them back up to here, the pumpkins will go, and the range isn't very big, and they might go in. If you're standing way back here, they're never going. So with the pumpkins, you really need to be positioned aggressively to push them back. And maybe it doesn't work, but at least you have a chance. Standing back, you have no chance. Here, I would be have been using any ability to drop beetles so that beetles cannot get in range of the tower, so none of them can get in range of the tower. Because Vala's hitting it now. If the beetles were back here and the minions were back here, the tower would be hitting Vala, and she couldn't just step up like that. It makes it much more dangerous for them. Anyway, so Honest is back. You're just defending, camps coming in. Let's see how you handle that.
You had better hurry. The altars
Yatra goes
rise
up,
again.
but doesn't block the main shots. And yeah, I guess they just won't do that. He gets a drag. But there's not too much you can do. The Wailing Arrow is good. Because you can't chase them into the death zone. Unless you're trying to kill yourself like Cutie Buffy seems to be all the time. Because I keep saying this, but polymorph is a fair and
Lay
balanced.
claim to the altars. Do not disappoint me.
And then Chauncey, you know, does get the interrupt, but the chances of anything else after that
Hero
are
slain.
very low. And this doesn't quite end the game. You want to be with your team there.
Our
I
towers
understand the frustration,
assail the Raven Lord.
but and it is Leoric, his death doesn't count. But the team was making no efforts to come in. They could have, you know, took a tunnel and come around and gone together. And with an Entomb, maybe done something.
Team has
But
destroyed
now they were
the fort.
getting way too late to even look at this. So, I mean, it's kind of a checkmate scenario. And, yeah, you were there to block them. So a lot of good choices, a lot of good things happened. A few things I might have done differently. A couple of rotations in the middle gave them more than I would have liked, but overall, pretty good game. And I don't know why I'm even looking at this, but yeah, Leoric way outsoaked Dahaka. But Dahaka was there for more of the kills, which won the game. So I mean, shrug your arms. All right, that's going to be it. I'm gonna let this run for a little bit because every time I stop the stream, it like cuts off the end. But yeah.